so excited to be here, even though I feel like hell, everybody. I'm just beaten down. I'm Brad Tassell. Welcome to the Virtual Comedy Show. Stitches will come out tomorrow, and I took off the wrap on the knee today, and I have this huge amount of gauze and wrap, and I have two little holes. It looks like a vampire that got me at only a foot and a half. It was like a little person vampire bit into my leg. But we have a week to envy. We've got, of course, our stars, Steve Goody, always amazing, and of course, Patty Vasquez. We're always excited. But this week we have two huge stars this week. Can you believe that? Two huge stars. First of all, from 17 years on television. Can you believe that? On television, 17 years. Also, just about to go out and do the big comedy TV show in LA. It's Helen, is it Keeney? Is that how you say that?
Correct.
Okay, Helen Keeney, everybody. Yay. She's so famous, I had to ask how her name was said. And of course, for 40 years, she has been famous as the sidekick of Dr. Demento, but one of the most brilliant music and songwriters. She can put a song together in an hour to do on this show, ladies and gentlemen. It is Sulu. It's Dubo, right? Dubo?
Yeah.
Yeah, Sulu.
Say Dumbo.
Say what?
Some call me Dumbo. They make
No, they don't.
No one would ever do that.
That was junior high school. That was a long time ago.
Yeah, those bastards are dead. So anyway, okay. Before we get to the jokes, which people are sometimes wishing I wouldn't get to the jokes at all, but I have two things to talk about. First of all, one, I've been home getting operations and limping around for more than 2 weeks now. That is rare because I have not taken more than, I'll be off about 3 weeks. I've not had 3 weeks off since the pandemic. And you can tell that the toll my neediness and pathetic non-showering presence has taken on the home life. So right now, I'm going to tell you what I've noticed are the three obvious signs your wife is praying you go back on the road. These are the three signs. First sign, she is suddenly very motivated to get more done at work. She really is. First week, she can't get home fast enough. Now I get a FaceTime from the office. No, I'm on a roll here, honey. Wait, oh no, I'll be there in a second. We'll get that done. Okay, I'm swamped. I'll get you later. Great. That's number one. The number two obvious sign your wife wants you back on the road. My phone tells me when my garage door opens. It tells me when the back door opens, and they are 40 minutes apart. Talk about somebody sitting in their car just wishing to be dead.
I get phone service like that too.
Yes, that's right. And the third obvious sign your wife is praying for you to go back on the road, her baths are now so long, her skin is prunier than Dr. Ruth Westheimer's 3 days after she died.
Wow. That's pretty pruny.
That's pretty pruny. That's an obvious sign your wife wants you the hell out of town. Okay, now before I do the second thing from last week that I wanted to tell you, this horrible joke. Researchers in China have turned a serum made from pig semen into an eye drop that can deliver cancer drugs to the back of the eye.
Oh my God.
Isn't that wow, isn't that wild? And in one response, look over here, wrote Charlotte.
Oh,
Good pig. Good pig.
some pig.
Some pig. Some.
Terrific.
Touch this pig. Okay. Now, the other thing from last week that I had to deal with this week, I did that joke about Alan Rickson. Remember him, the Reacher guy?
Yeah.
Who beat up his neighbor. And the punchline of the joke was that the neighbor got beat up because he never said cut. Within minutes of posting that joke, hundreds of Joe Rogan, meathead, Reacher, steroid-filled bros filled my page threatening to beat me up. And
Wow.
I didn't understand that Alan was the biggest, coolest stud ever, and I better back off. Oh, my God. It was just an endless barrage. One guy said, well, hey, get your facts straight or else, buddy. I'm like, or else? What are you going to do? You poke the phone. Take that, you bastard. Take that. I think everyone thought that maybe Alan would see their comment and suddenly invite them over to bench press and talk about protein powder. But I'm not here to attack these people or say they're wrong, because I don't know about the rest of you that are older like me from the 80s, but I'm here to apologize to them because I remember in the early 80s when I was getting my black belt in karate, if anyone would diss Bruce Lee, I'm telling you right now, if anybody said he wasn't the toughest man in history, I would go out and get my nunchucks and beat their mailbox to hell. That's what I would do to anybody. So I apologize to all the Reacher bros out there because I know just what you're going through for the love of your favorite icon. Okay, here we go. The jokes are these. Tiger Woods spent 8 hours in jail after he rolled his SUV, hitting another vehicle while impaired, but surprisingly, he was not drunk. Did you see that? Wow. Woods crawled out of the passenger window of his car, found the driver of the other car he hit, and said, "Can I get a mulligan?"
Yeah.
Not bad.
It wasn't bad, but you have to understand, every other joke had been taken. You could not say driver. You could every other joke. That was 5 days ago. To find a joke at all was good. 8 million people attended a No Kings protest over the weekend. I'm sure Steve was at one, and I know Patty spoke at like 35 of them. And of course, 300 of the MAGA faithful attended the alternative Yes Kings protest at Kids Rock's house. It was great. But they had a helicopter. Those son of a bitches. Rob Schneider said the draft needs to be instituted to force young men to go fight in Iran. Yeah.
Yeah.
Young men by the millions said they would gladly go to Iran to avoid seeing Schneider's act.
Not just young men. I would also.
Yes. Well, but they're not asking us to go yet.
That's true.
Although 42 now, although we're way over that. Tony, NASA is planning to send astronauts around the moon this Wednesday and circling back towards the Earth. When interviewed, the flight's crew said, "Circling, can't we just keep going?" Because it's rough here. Okay. Trump said that Tehran has agreed to most of the 15-point plan list of demands to end the war. Reporters followed up with, "Is Tehran in the room right now?" Because they've never said that. Okay. Did you see that a Marine corporal was arrested for stealing a rocket launcher and ammunition?
Yeah.
Anyone?
Yes.
I didn't catch that one.
Really, the corporal's job was actual weapons handling and weapons transportation. At one point, he offered to sell 30,000. I cannot speak today. Okay, my lips are not working. I think it's the hydrocodone. At one point, he offered to sell 30,000 rounds of ammunition for $5,000, and he was captured by undercover agents who didn't arrest him at first because his prices were better than the defense contractors.
Ooh.
They didn't realize they were buying them twice. Okay. Steve, you might be sued. Sulu,
Okay.
you might be sued over songs for the last 30 years. You never know. The author of the opening chant, the composer of the opening chant for The Lion King, is suing a comedian for $27 million for changing the lyrics to the "Ay caramba, umpty dumba," or whatever it is. You haven't seen this? He does a bit. He did a bit, and he did it on a podcast where he says, "Well, you know what that means, don't you? That means, look, here's a lion. Oh God, I'm a lion." So that's what he said. And now the composer is suing him for $27 million because what it really means is, "All hail the king. We all bow in the presence of the king." So we could all be sued for our lyrics, which is super odd because I always thought it was, "I need a diaper. This kid needs a diaper." Now hopefully that idiot will sue me. Come on, make us famous. Sue us. That's what it says. Your song's dumb. Okay. TSA workers are being asked to return $1,000 Visa gift cards to Tyler Perry, who handed them out at the airport last week.
What?
Yep. Officers, for their part, refused, saying the cards weren't a tip. They were an apology for every Medea movie.
Ooh,
That
Sorry.
makes sense.
yeah.
It's Medea, right? Isn't that what it is?
Yeah, it is.
No idea.
Hi, Ray.
voice. What was that low?
Hey, Ray.
I've never seen a whole Medea movie. I've only seen clips on the TikTok.
Mhm.
Did you see that people are now getting hired to wait in the TSA line at the airport for the traveler?
Yes, I saw
To do
that.
business for 25 an hour, and some people up to 100 or more an hour. Entrepreneurs are standing for hours in line, and for an extra 50, they'll wear pants. It's kind of funny.
Nice.
Yeah. A lot of
You
people
can't beat that deal.
Hey, Duck Dynasty started. Hey, did anybody ever watch the Duck Dynasty? I've never seen
No.
an episode of the Duck. I didn't think we were a Duck Dynasty crowd. The star, Jace Robertson, says rednecks are the only people left who are unoffendable in America. Unless they see a black person, a gay person, somebody in drag, trans, an immigrant, a book, a scientist, a fact, a vaccine, or common sense or so. Totally unoffendable. And the last one
That's good.
was Hope. I lost
I
my
like book. That was my favorite one.
book. Yes, a scientist book, a fact, a vaccine. It started with the big racist ones and then went
Yeah.
down to normal.
No, I was with you the whole way, but I really like book for some reason.
That book. John Lithgow, who plays Dumbledore in the new Harry Potter series, said he believes J.K. Rowling's trans views have been twisted and misrepresented. And he will again, I know, he will again support the trans community if his checks stop clearing.
Right. Exactly right.
Yeah, that was too real, and he's an idiot. I think.
Yeah. He played one of the greatest trans characters in the history of cinema. And now he's
I
doing
know. Isn't that funny? He was in Garp, and
Yeah.
that was okay. And lastly, this is the last one, Steve. There's no joke of the week because I was too tired to write anything punny.
That's okay.
In China, robots are doing more and more, and now they are doing marriage proposals. For a price, you can rent a humanoid robot that will pop the question. And for nervous, inexperienced couples, you can upgrade for the robot that will pop something else.
Brad Tassell, everybody.
Oh my.